somewhere for the locals to walk, but they certainly couldn't use the promenade. That was reserved for assorted experts from the world of rallying who'd converged on the town for a very special classic event. And what better starting point than the famous Art Deco Midland Hotel? The Illuminations rally has run more or less continuously since 1955. It still has its traditional driving tests on the prom and many of the same competitors, like driver Arthur Senior and navigator Mike Wood. Both previous winners, Arthur in 57 and Mike in 64, now they were together with our Top Gear camera for company. Renowned as the best road event in the north, the Illuminations is now a rally for classic cars. Arthur Senior is a magnanimous chap, but he'd also loaned his Riley 1.5 to Morecambe's other star of the 50s, Bobby Parks.
He's wearing his racing hat.
And just like the old days, entries make their way to Morecambe from far and wide for this Top Gear Heritage Championship event. Tony Davis had travelled from Cheltenham. Not only are many of the cars and drivers the same, but so too are the marshals. This one was at it in my day, and still wearing the same cap. Variety all the way on the Illuminations, so it's off to the former World Championship kart track at Heysham to dodge a few more obstacles. The best for the job, the Triumph Herald. Sold as the car with a better turning circle than a London taxi. Our man Arthur was driving like a man possessed.
They've had the goats out recently.
Useful information indeed from Illuminations veteran Mike Sutcliffe as competitors started some agricultural motoring. Parkhouse Farm, Heversham, provided a splendidly slithery surface with all the appropriate fresh country smells much in evidence. Before the rally, the last car to negotiate this backtrack successfully probably belonged to James Herriot. It's not every day you can get wheel spin in an 848cc Austin Healey Sprite, but Roger Byford manages it. With 5 times as much power as the Sprite, the Sunbeam Tiger of Alan Gate is still a handful back on terra firma. The top Lakeland crew in the 60s were Davis and Redhead. Now reunited, they lead the convoy through Newby Bridge and into the Lake District for a low-speed regularity section. What do you think of that?
Oh, we're enjoying ourselves. We're probably far too fast. It's very difficult doing 21 miles an hour.
With these regularity sections, do you actually enjoy them as a driver?
Not really. They're a little bit too slow. In a car like this, it's very difficult to keep it back to 21 miles an hour, isn't it?
The twisty lanes of what was once Westmoreland were the special magic of the old Illuminations rallies. In those days, we used to hurtle down them all night long. Now, in these more controlled and sober times, it's enough to savour the unique scenery and relive a few memories. In slow motion, of course. Even more magnificent scenery was on view as the cars passed further north into the Lake District National Park and climbed roads which, with gradients of 1 in 3, are the steepest in Europe. In the Illuminations rallies of yesteryear, one of the traditions was the use of these marvellous mountain roads in the Lake District. In those days, they used to charge over famous passes like Hardmont and Rhinos in the middle of the night. Now, it's a much more civilised affair. It's an afternoon run, but the roads are exactly the same and just as bumpy. It was perhaps as well for Mr. Adamski in his standard Mini that this was not a speed section. In fact, a very slow average speed was set and drivers penalised if they went too fast. After the steep passes in the north, the rally made for the gentler slopes around Lake Windermere. Now, you might be forgiven for thinking this is Lake Windermere. In fact, it's Winster Ford, another of the hazards regularly featured on old Illuminations rallies, year in, year out. The trick here is to keep to the right as you cross the water. The lower the car, the higher you have to hold the paperwork. Not all cars stop when it gets dark. There was no let-up for the competitors who made it back to Morecambe. You won the very first Illuminations rally. Do you think this will be one as well?
No, I won't win this. But then I was in a Morris Minor then, which was always better than TR's. Better road holding, better vision, but slightly weaker engine.
Right. Have a good night. 3, 2, 1. So, to more tests on the promenade, but some of the stars of yesteryear weren't too sure whether they were coming or going. What about today then, Frank?
What about today?
You've got
Tonight?
Today, that damage on the front wing.
Oh, that? Just old age. The car's pretty old, it's dropping to pieces.
And what is particular about this Illuminations rally?
I think that's the old atmosphere, and I love the Lake District and all those small roads we don't have in Holland. It's just fabulous. It's fantastic.
So,
I will love it.
And are you looking forward to the night section?
Oh, yeah, we do. Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, we'll see you.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
"20 years ago, the lanes of North Lancashire and Cumbria used to echo to the noise of rally cars nearly every Saturday night. Now on the classic Illuminations, it's happening all over again. The average speed of the night section is only 30 miles an hour, but because they use little lanes like this, it's certainly going to be a hard day's night. That's what's known in the trade as a wrong slot. Competitors had a few hours sleep back at the Midland Hotel before a Sunday morning visit to Leighton Hall near Carnford.
It was very good overnight, actually. Tough and thoroughly enjoyable. Stayed fine, which made the driving more enjoyable. You know, we didn't put it off as much.
And he didn't get you lost?
He didn't get me lost.
Arthur Senior was a works driver for Austin long before it became BMC, BL, Austin Rover, or whatever it's called now. He showed he'd lost none of his skill on the gravel. Midday Sunday and the final test. Although the Japanese Honda S800 seemed to be going well, the trusty Mini looked on form to win the championship.
It was hard through the night. It got tighter and tighter towards the end, and we made one wrong slot. But I think overall we probably finished up being able to win the championship, although I think we were third in class. 3, 2, 1, go.
Shropshire dentist Dave Priest did indeed win the championship.
This is the car and the crew that are leading the event.
For the second year running, however, Russell Earnshaw in yet another Mini won the Morecambe Illuminations rally. But Hugo the Dutchman got it all wrong and went the wrong way.
Oh dear.
Oh, wow. Next year I have to do better. Okay? I'll see you.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Tony.
Hugo, bye-bye.